Welcome to ThinkTech on OC16, Hawaii's weekly newscast on things that matter to tech and to Hawaii. I'm Sanford Murata.
And I'm Hori.
In our show this time, we'll take a look at the Ceramics in Hawaii exhibition organized by the Hawaii Potters Guild at the Linekona Gallery at the Honolulu Museum of Art.
It's the first statewide juried exhibition of ceramic art in Hawaii, and it's taking place right now through January 8th.
The exhibition was open to all artists working and play in Hawaii. It featured 90 juried pieces of ceramic art. Entries did not have to be new, but could not have been in a juried exhibition in the last 5 years.
If you see the exhibition, you'll find that many of the pieces are quite beautiful and sometimes delightfully whimsical, and that the art and the event itself are world-class. Some of the pieces are even for sale, and you can buy them.
The pieces in the exhibition were juried by David Karaoke. David, who was originally from Lihue, received his BA and MA degrees from San Jose State University and a doctorate of art from San Francisco State, where he headed the ceramics department for 43 years. He has studios in San Francisco and Kauai and has been named a living treasure for Hawaii. This year, he will retire and return to Kauai.
David selected the 90 pieces out of 400 that were submitted. It was just the right number for the gallery. If you go, you'll see that the pieces are very well organized and presented. It's an experience to walk among them.
Beyond that, the exhibition shows the quality of ceramic art and artists we have in Hawaii and represents an impressive statement of local talent and public interest in ceramics.
One of the artists accepted into the exhibition is our very own Sanford Murata, a friend and my co-director in ThinkTech. He has created Japanese calligraphy for some years, and it now appears that he has also been doing beautiful ceramic art for some years too.
Yes, for me, I created a pair of 2 tea bowls or chawan called Night and Day, one dark bowl and one light one. I submitted them as a single work, but David Karaoke chose each of them separately for the exhibition, so my chawan were, in effect, selected twice. It was a nice surprise.
Although the gallery was crowded for the opening, ThinkTech was permitted to see it in the off hours to film the pieces. Our walk-around group included Fidell, ThinkTech CEO, Kaui Lucas, one of our ThinkTech hosts, and Juliana, an ardent enthusiast for local art in Hawaii.
David was teaching and creating pottery. He has a PhD in ceramics. How do you like that?
Sounds like fun.
And he retired from San Francisco State University, and he's coming back to live in Kauai. And so now we'll have a treasure in ceramics in Kauai.
So Esther, I have to say, one of my favorite local ceramic artists. Are you familiar with Esther's work?
Yes.
Yeah. I've actually taken a class from her. Oh my gosh, she's so funny. She's just hilarious.
The work is hilarious.
Right, and she actually uses humor. Look at that, beautiful. Toshiko Takaezu is arguably the most famous ceramicist to ever come from Hawaii. And she was famous for doing these giant
installations,
pieces. Right.
Yes.
How in the world did she get those fired? Yeah.
Yeah, so
This one
I've
is called
seen
Untitled.
pictures of her work and, on the East Coast, an outdoor garden. They're just huge. Right. Wow, they're just gorgeous.
There are 3 of them in this alcove: Claude Horan, Harui McVeigh, and Isami Inamoto. And this work is Isami Inamoto.
Oh,
it's very unusual, isn't it?
Very whimsical.
Yukio, another pioneer in Hawaii. Yukio is
He's a friend of mine, you know. Yukio Ozaki teaches ceramics at
Chaminade.
At Chaminade.
Yeah.
And he's been doing it for,
Yeah.
I met him when I first started practicing law. That was 45 years ago.
Okay.
Almost 50 now. And I knew him then. And he's really amazing. If you talk to him, he's just alive with ideas.
Look at the surface treatment, the painting on that. Can you peek in there? And they have mirrors down here so you can see the detail on the underside of the bowl. That is just so gorgeous.
So hand painted. I like the teapot over there.
Yeah, Emily Erb.
Yes. I like the ceramic, which is both nice to look at, also functional.
Functional is really underrated. I agree with you,
Yeah.
Joanna.
So a nice chawan, I can use it every day and look at it every day, and enjoy it every day. Yeah.
And the cat, don't you
Yeah.
like?
Cat, wow.
What it is, what it is. Ceramic Delta 6 glazes, underglazes, barracuda teeth, whiskers, and steel. Cactus spines. Wow, talk about mixed media.
Yeah, it's just, look at this just sticking out. Yeah, really interesting.
So you have to place that very carefully, and it will always make you a little uncomfortable because you're not really sure that that balance is sufficient. Like if I jumped up and down, would it topple? Like Vicky Chalk, and as we saw, Esther and Suzanne all have that tremendous sense of whimsy, which just not enough artists have, I think.
Right. Sense of humor, yes.
I feel the motion. I feel the effort watching a piece of pottery. I feel the effort that those guys are putting in to drive the boat. They are working hard, and you can feel it. I mean, it achieves a dynamic, this piece, doesn't it? Is that perfect?
Yes.
That's
Very nice.
Oh, don't you just want to pick it up and cuddle it?
I know.
Oh my gosh.
that's my baby bunny.
It needs touch it
puppy.
again.
It makes you happy to look at it. Michelle Long. That's a great piece.
Yes.
How cute that is. Oba-chan and her 8
yes.
children.
She said it's after the storyteller dolls, and somehow she has made the ceramics look almost soft.
Yeah, that's true. And that's an achievement all in itself.
Yeah.
I think I saw this in the gallery at Ward Avenue, Ward Center before it closed. Who is that? Drew Matsumoto. And that's what Drew does. These incredible rabbits. With these
Always
incredible
rabbits?
ears. Is it a rabbit? I don't know. It's some kind of animal with big eyes.
Yeah, reading the hair.
Okay. Got it. That's very cute. You like to have that because that watches you. You watch it, it watches you. He looks
Really
so
nice.
good. It's you can see the man, you can appreciate him.
But look at his feet.
Wow, those are
That's symbolic.
Yes.
It's an animal. I don't
Nails.
remember which one, but the animal. It's a dragon, right? Don't dragons have claws like that? So, he's being treated as half man and half animal.
Half
Look at his
animal,
hands
yes.
too. They have claws.
Right.
introspection. So he's taken off the mask. Very nice.
Yeah,
yes.
taking off the mask. Yeah.
And given the award in memory of Paul Louvs, who was an incredible supporter of the arts. Look inside, because there's this perfect spiral in there.
Yeah.
That is gorgeous.
So this is what you want to use in tea ceremony. Have a nice cup of tea
Yeah.
and look inside.
Somehow the
and
tea
admire
tastes
it.
better that way.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if she worked from a sketch, but it certainly has the feel of a live drawing sketch.
Yeah, it does. Yes.
I can't say that I've ever felt quite that strongly about a ceramic piece. That really
There's
is
a lot of
Very
amazing.
character in
lifelike,
there.
yes.
You get to know the person.
You do, yeah.
Yeah.
You feel like you know her.
Yeah. Well.
She could be my auntie or my mother.
Yeah.
Okay, we're back to the nudibranches though, and I have to say that this nudibranch is one of my favorite sea creatures in the Pacific Ocean. You find it on the North Shore sometimes. Do you recognize that? They're usually about this big.
Looks like a salamander to me.
But this is phenomenal. Kimberly D'Souza, thank you. This is incredible. There are all these little marine, and she's being very anatomically correct or biologically correct, or however you say it,
Yeah.
about them, because we don't get to see these little creatures normally. It's fabulous, just fabulous.
David Karaoke and I came down to do a ThinkTech talk show on ceramics in Hawaii, on David's career, on my Chuan, and on the exhibition.
Can you describe the pieces that David selected?
Yes, there are two Chuan, or tea bowls, Japanese ceremony tea bowls, and which is what I'm doing mostly. I've started doing pottery again 9 years ago, and almost from day one I've been doing Chuans, or tea bowls. And David, I was lucky enough for David to select two of my Chuan. One is sort of traditional and raku fired, and the other one is more contemporary with a lot of color in the glazing. What I intended to convey was the fact that there was this sort of range of tea bowls through its history and its development. So the day, which is a tea bowl that was raku fired, is basically black, just one color, which is the way the early tea bowls were. They were either black or red, depending on the color of the clay, and then white became another color, eventually another glaze long time afterwards.
So historically, the black precedes
Black
the
or red,
white.
black or red. And so I try to use that to illustrate the fact that that is a traditional tea bowl in form and finish. And the other one, which I call Day, is lighter, white, contemporary, more free form.
I didn't have the names, or I didn't have the titles of the pieces, and sometimes I wondered if I had the titles, I might have thought differently. Sometimes I wonder about that, you know. But no, I didn't. I just picked from form. I did not pick from tradition or the importance of tradition at all. I approach it from an American contemporary artist. I approach it from just form, visual form. I know it's subjective, but I have been in the field for almost 50 years, including going to school. So I trust my instinct. And when I went back and picked bowls out, because I thought the exhibition also should have some small, delicate, exacting thing, items like this. In other words, the larger ones were easier to see, and so it was easy to grab all the large stuff. But then coming back, then I had to go back and refocus and look at the smaller things.
Comparison and contrast.
Yeah, because there was the beauty. You have to look at it, before the big ones kind of stick you in the eye.
What's in your mind at the time you design and you build?
Well, again, it's so many, it varies so much. But myself, I was on the wheel a lot, and so a lot of my forms are wheel-based. I very much enjoy the potter's wheel.
For me, the beauty of pottery is to not have anything in your mind, because so much of what is created is serendipitous. There are so many variables that come into play over which one has very little control.
One thing that these show is the variety of ceramics in Hawaii, because a lot of these are different kinds of firing, high temperature, lower temperature, raku's very low, different glazing techniques. So these kind of reflect a lot of the work in the show, because Hawaii is has all this knowledge now. It's not, it took a while. It took a generation to get comfortable.
To me, what I like to see is a dynamic quality to the pieces, whether it's in the shape or in the finish, in the glaze. In fact, David and I were having a conversation about this just last night, in that ceramics is a very interesting art form, because you have the shape itself, which is a structure, and then you have the glaze or the finish, which is the decorative aspect. And so often you can have a shape that's beautiful, but if the finish or the surface is not consistent with that shape, it fails.
One thing about ceramic that someone, let me your pen, please.
Sure.
The very high temperature ones are pretty much turned to glass. You know, and so I think it's interesting for your viewers. This is high temperature, whereas the raku bowls are much more subtle. I think, and I think he appreciates the subtlety.
Ah, you could tell the sound from looking at it, huh?
That's correct. I mean, and but by the temperature that he's, you know, it's almost like.
It can make music.
Throwing. When I throw, and I teach throwing. You throw from the inside. The inside form is important because the outside can always match. You can trim the outside, but when the inside's wrong, then the outside's going to be wrong, or
Right.
not going to be right. Be thick on the bottom and crack.
Yeah.
So I focus them on the inside. It's really hard. With a bowl, you never look on the outside. You only look on the inside. The beauty of the inside, because the outside's going to be ugly. If the outside's when you finish the bowl, if it looks good, something's wrong. This means the inside's wrong. You know, something's wrong.
Right.
The inside, if you make the inside really good, the outside's really funny because it's holding up the inside, and then it'll get leather hard. Come back and fix the outside. You know, just a hint for the day.
There are times when the bowl comes out of the kiln and I look at it and I say, oh, not so good. And then maybe I take it home and I leave it on my shelf and I look at it again, oh, not too bad. And after a while I think, oh, pretty good, you know. It's you're right, you learn from it. But for me, the value of what I do, the pottery, is a process.
What do you think of Hawaii as a place which has potters like this? I mean, are we special?
Yes and no. It depends on the individual. A lot of the information here, besides formally from the university, was brought in. These Hawaii craftsmen, University of Hawaii, they bring in lecturers and they bring in outside influences, and that really helps the place because we're isolated.
It's wonderful to be able to find your talent and express your passion in the fine arts. And it's great to meet leaders like David Karaoke and to see the community come together to celebrate the ceramic art we have here in Hawaii.
We hope there will be many more exhibitions like this one. It's very good news that David is returning to live on Kauai and will be available for more exhibitions in the islands. This adds to the likelihood that our first juried exhibition in Hawaii will become a regular event.
The success of the exhibition should not be a surprise. Hawaii is a creative place with creative people. The exhibition is confirmation of the quality of the artists and the art we have, and also of our community interest in that art. A great state deserves great art, doesn't it?
enormously proud of the artistic talent we have in this place. I mean, this is astonishing. I mean, not everybody here is a professional artist, but everything here is worthy of that.
Yeah. Juliana, you stumbled in on it, and you enjoyed it, and I could see you sucking it up mentally. Mm-hmm. What did you think?
Oh, I think this is a fantastic show, and I encourage everybody to come down here and see the show. Yeah, it's so we have so many talented artists here in Hawaii. Yeah.
And if you can't see the show, you can at least watch our little tour with Kaui and Juliana and me, and our remarks, our off-the-wall remarks about all this stuff. We're not experts, but we care.
Thanks to the Hawaii Potters Guild and co-chairs Sidney Lynch and Alice Leitner for organizing the exhibition. Thanks to David Karaoke, who juried it. And thanks to those who participated in it and otherwise supported it.
The pieces in the exhibition can be seen on Twitter under hashtag Ceramics of Hawaii, and the work and stories of the artists are being shared on Instagram and Facebook. If you have questions about the exhibit, you can email ceramicsofhawaii@gmail.com.
For more, you can check out some of Hawaii's pioneers in ceramics, including Isami Enomoto, Claude Horan, Harui McVeigh, Toshiko Takaezu, and Yukio Ozaki. Or check out our ceramics galleries and art centers, including the Donkey Mill on Big Island, Hui Noeau on Maui, and the Molokai Art Center on Molokai. And now, let's take a look at our ThinkTech calendar of events going forward.
There's so much happening in Hawaii. Sometimes things happen under the radar and we don't hear much about them. But ThinkTech will take you there.
Remember, you can watch ThinkTech on OC16 several times every week to stay current on what's happening in government, industry, academia, the arts, and communities around the islands and the world.
ThinkTech Broadcasts is daily talk shows live on the internet from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. on weekdays. Then we broadcast our earlier shows all night long and on weekends.
If you missed the show, if you want to replay or share any of our shows, they're all archived on thinktechhawaii.com and YouTube. We also stream the audio on thinktechhawaii.com/radio. And good news, for the new year, we'll be posting podcasts of all our shows on iTunes.
Visit thinktechhawaii.com for our weekly calendar and live stream and YouTube links, or sign up on our email list and get the daily docket of our upcoming shows.
ThinkTech has a high-tech green screen First Amendment studio at Pioneer Plaza. If you want to be part of our live audience or participate in our programs and help us raise public awareness about things that matter to Hawaii, write to think@thinktechhawaii.com.
Give us a thumbs up on YouTube or send us a tweet at ThinkTechHI. We'd like to know how you feel about the issues and events that affect our lives together in these islands. We want to stay in touch with you, and we'd like you to stay in touch with us. Let's think together.
And yes, you can call in and join our talk shows live. While you are watching any of our shows, you can call in at 415-871-2474 and pose a question, make a comment, or otherwise participate in the discussion.
We'll be right back to wrap up this week's edition of ThinkTech. But first, we want to thank our underwriters.
Okay, Nicole, that wraps up this week's edition of ThinkTech. Remember, you can watch ThinkTech on OC16 several times every week. Can't get enough of it? Just like Nicole does. For additional times, check out oc16.tv.
For lots more ThinkTech videos, and for underwriting and sponsorship opportunities on ThinkTech, visit thinktechhawaii.com. Be a guest or a host, a producer or an intern, and help us reach and have an impact on Hawaii.
Thanks so much for being part of our ThinkTech family and supporting our open discussion of tech, energy, diversification, and global awareness in Hawaii. You can watch this show throughout the week and tune in next Sunday evening for our next important weekly episode. I'm Sanford Murata.
And I'm Nocciole Hori. Aloha, everyone.